Quenching your spiritual thirst at the well, part 2. Thirsty, quenching your spiritual thirst at the well, part 2. Today, we find ourselves living in some crucial and serious times. All around us, there's a serious, depleted, dry, and thirsty world. It's all around us. This thirst was recognized a few months back. The fact of the matter, it was in late fall of last year that a few of us as pastors had become burdened. We were so burdened over the number of homicides that were being committed in our community. There was hardly a week passed that some of our boys and girls were not killing one another. So a group of us who had been a part of the unity churches, not all, but some of us got together and we decided that we were not going to just throw up our hands in the air. We decided that we were going to have a prayer march. We were going to prayerfully walk through the community in a spiritual protest against all of the crimes, all of the violence. There were some, even one pastor, who said, marching never has accomplished anything. There had been a news conference at Frank Johnson's center, and I had left. And I learned later that day that a pastor interrupted the few pastors who were left there to say why marching against violence would not help. We didn't let that deter us because not only he, but there were other naysayers who promised that marching would never do anything. But we have a powerful God. We have a strange religion. And we determined, despite the naysayers, we were going to march. And as I stand before you today, I am elated. I am so happy. Even that day, as we were marching, Sister Martha had on some sneakers. I had on some gaiters. And them gators were biting me. but I marched. We marched and we marched, and God had already said in his word, much of the thirst, many of the drought situations have come to us because he shut up heaven. And Lemuel, I started pondering that, and I revisited 2 Chronicles chapter 7. James Beverly, even though we are human, never forget we are spiritual beings. In 2 Chronicles chapter 13, 7 verse 13, the Lord says, I want to talk to you. When I shut up the heavens, that's why, Myrtle, we thirst. When I shut up the heavens so that there is no rain, or command locusts to devour the land, or send a plague among my people. We had a plague of black on black crime, killing one another senselessly. He said, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways. He says, if they would just come on down and humble themselves, pray, seek my face, and then turn. He said, do that first. Then I will hear from heaven, and I will forgive their sin and will heal their land. Now my eyes will be open and my ears attentive to the prayers offered. I know from the human perspective, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to start marching from the old 928 site and march through the crime-ridden area, but much about our religion doesn't make sense. Much about what we believe about God, Brother Hamp, don't make sense. How in the name of God marching around some walls 7 times? Solomon, that doesn't make sense. And as you march around for 7 times, keep everybody quiet. Don't stop marching until you have marched 7 times around the wall. And when you get around there, the 7th time, I want everybody to shout. And on that 7th round, they shouted. And the walls. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Portia! Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But if God says it, do it. So Leon, few of us